If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know I'm not the biggest fan of the overhyped, overmarketed AI trend, but while many embarrassing startups have tried to turn AI into a hardware product, it sounds like Apple might actually have an idea to make AI into a hardware product that is somewhat rational, somewhat useful, and hopefully relatively affordable. Let's begin. So this report comes from Ming-Chi Kuo, who does not have a flawless track record, but should be noted that he was telling us for a long time that Apple was working on a mixed reality headset, and I doubted him. I was like, there's no way they're gonna release $3,500 goggles, and then earlier this year, exactly that happened. So we should probably trust Kuo a little bit with some of these future Moonshot Project reports, but he's claiming that in 2026, Apple is planning on launching their own smart home camera. So this is not unheard of for like Amazon and Google out there who have bought up existing smart home camera companies like Ring or Nest. So I'm glad to hear that Apple is probably not just acquiring an existing one, because, well, yeah, Apple is happy to sell you all kinds of smart home cameras, even on Apple's own store, and they'll brag about how they support the Matter protocol and how they work with HomeKit. We all know that the Apple sheep at the end of the day want something that is made by Apple, not just because of the logo. I mean, hey, the latest Magic Mouse doesn't even have an Apple logo, nor do our AirPods, but we still buy those. So it's not purely because of the branding. It's usually because when Apple designs something from the ground up to work within their ecosystem, it just works seamlessly and so much better than having to buy from a third party that's going to want certain firmware, so they want you to make an account. Then they're going to want to rope you into some kind of additional membership because that's how they justify their business, because they're like, oh, software as a service, you can unlock more features if you subscribe to Eve Smart Home Security Plus, yada yada yada. You gotta make a new account and you gotta have a new password, and then you forget that password so you can't update your light bulbs, and then that startup goes out of business and your smart plugs don't even work anymore. Don't ask me how I know about these experiences, but if Apple makes their own smart home camera, that means it pairs probably with a single tap upon boot up, and what Kuo is saying is they want to bake a lot of Apple's visual intelligence features into this smart home camera, and this is also not unheard of. I understand this is not a complete new idea, but in case you're wondering what this product would actually utilize AI for, it would more so be so you could potentially get like a push notification based on what's going on your security camera. So not everybody is able to queue up a live feed on their watch or iPhone whenever someone rings the doorbell, but the camera feed might be able to analyze what's going on and just send you a notification from the Home app, for example, that just says, hey, the delivery driver dropped off your package, or there's a dog running around in your front yard, or it could even start remembering family members' faces, all with privacy in mind by using private cloud compute and just you teaching different faces from the Photos app on your phone, and start saying, hey, so-and-so has arrived home, or so-and-so brought a friend with them on their way home, and just give you way more information and data based on what's going on around the house than you probably realized you ever wanted. So the ease of setup and the ease of firmware updates is the main reason I'm excited to hear that Apple might actually be entering the smart home space, because it's a space that I think is in desperate need of Apple's expertise. They're very, very good at making things simple and easy to navigate, and the other big advantage Apple has with their hardware and their accessories that I always feel like is lacking in the smart home space is longevity with firmware updates and support, because Apple likes to keep things updated for years and years at a time, and will always be somewhat surprised by like, oh, this iPad still runs the latest version? Like my iMac Pro from 2017 is still getting new features with macOS Sequoia. It's just nutty how long-lasting Apple will be with a lot of their hardware, and that has not always been the case with a lot of smart home accessories. So I hope Apple would bake in some pretty powerful silicon that can be efficient and easy to update over time and last a long, long time, and I hope that the smart home camera is just the beginning. Like, yes, it's a very easy one because people need doorbells and people care about home security, so having intelligence to kind of describe what's going on at home so that you don't necessarily have to look at a video feed, you can just hear about it. But Mark Gurman is also reporting there's a lot of talk about Apple working on some kind of HomePod with a display, and it's gonna be like detachable, somewhat like the Google Pixel tablet that kind of turns into a Nest Hub. I don't understand how it's that different from an iPad, but they're getting pretty specific about the specs, saying that it'll have a display and big bezels, and it's meant more to be mounted on walls in the home, but it will also have a dock and run some kind of watchOS desk/nightstand OS, so it's not running iPad OS, but still, I don't understand why Apple can't just come up with like a MagSafe supported speaker that could work as a AI dock or whatever. But even though I've been underwhelmed with a lot of the Apple Intelligence features lately, it does sound like Apple has some more hardware in the pipeline to take advantage and hopefully make more functional a lot of these intelligence features. And the smart home camera one gets me a lot more excited than just another clunky, thick iPad that docks with a speaker. I don't know, which category are you guys most excited for? Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And thank you to everybody supporting this channel directly. It seriously helps us out a ton, as does just watching these videos. So thanks again. This is your Apple Shape here, and I will see you all in the next one.